Stop the cap.
I'm sitting here watching a clip from Dennis Sperling that he put up of I don't know, whatever, something summit, Black People Summit, something. And first off, you already know it's bullshit because they got DL Hughley up there. I knew he was on bullshit when it came to his whole stance on the Second Amendment and getting rid of AR-15s and this whole Democrat agenda. Any black person running around talking about how racist this country is, and then making arguments about disarming black people. They're a problem. They're a goddamn agent. But they got Mike Eli up there, and they got the ambulance chaser. What's his name? Crump. The Breonna Taylor lawyer. The oh my God, is there a black person that got killed by the police? I gotta go run down there. Mr. Marblemouth can't even talk. He's I hate, y'all know I hate attacking black Southerners, but it's always I don't know. There's just a population of black people that seemingly come from the South. They sound dumb. I don't know what that is when it comes to country people, but they sound dumb. I don't get it. It's just there's like no, they're not articulate when they speak. They don't enunciate the words. I don't know what it is. It's a pet peeve of mine. Whole different conversation. Okay. So they got Mike Eli up there, and they're up there talking about, there's a segment of black men, and they don't want to vote for Kamala Harris because sex. And now Mike Eli did say he feels like it's a very small population. I'm like, this is not what this is about. You know what I'm saying? Even if it wasn't Kamala Harris, black people, black men in particular, have been sick and tired of the Democrats over the last decade. Why? Because, for one, our needs have been ignored. Okay? All this stuff about, oh, you don't want to vote for her because she's a woman, but yet where has the attack been when it comes to basically being a male in this country? Has the attack been on women, or has the attack been on men? Here, I'll make it even more clear. What do you hear more of on a daily basis? Toxic masculinity or toxic femininity? Toxic femininity, people that that's so foreign, people don't even think it's a thing. The attacks have been on men, whether it's the toxic masculinity arguments, the hashtag Me Too, right? Then you got the whole, black people. We're doing our own thing behind the scenes, but talking about all the community and the economics, which is, the responsibility of the men in the community. Then we got to fight with our women about, who should be in the driver's seat, even though all of the burden of the responsibility is going to fall on us, right? And then when we say, hey, we need tools, we need capital, we need training, right? We need things specific to us. Not only do the Democrats, obviously they want to ignore that. They don't want to have the conversation about reparations for slavery, even though we've at least brought them to have to, even when they throw up all these, these sort of fake studies about, reparations. You already know they don't want to do it. The majority of the country is white. The majority of the country has, negative ideas of black people and what black people are and what they do and all this other stuff, and lazy black folks. And again, the attitude is, we ain't never going to pay for, reparations because, oh, that was so long ago. Or we ain't never going to support reparations because, it's never the time, right? When the economy is good, it's never the time. When the economy is bad, it most certainly is never the time because, we ain't got no money, right? Even though we can throw billions of dollars at Ukraine, we can throw billions of dollars at just an infinite amount of dollars at Israel. We can throw billions of dollars, at, potentially, all the bases around the world. Like, do you have any idea how much it costs to fucking fund all those military bases around the world that are reinforced by the whole military industrial complex? That shit is bonkers. But when it comes to reparations for slavery, oh no, we ain't got nothing for that. Okay, whether I'm saying reparations for slavery for multiple reasons. It's not just slavery either. It's slavery and Jim Crow, which went on for 100 years. It's not like anybody would want to be a black man in 1964 or a black woman in 1964. But it's like first off, like I said, celebrities all over the place. Malcolm X already warned about that. Okay, Democrats are not for black people. It's like what white people did with the Republicans with the Southern strategy. Okay, the Democrats, period, have their own model of like a something that's like a Southern strategy, where it's basically just tell black people what they want to hear. Again, I know y'all religious people hate when I say this, but this is why I don't fuck with the church. Okay? Because black people love to get drunk off of feel goodery. And I don't know what it is about the tiny Negro brains, but black people go out here and they cannot think. They cannot think. I don't know what it is, because none of this shit that black people like get moved by, and celebrities singing and dancing and doing a jig and all this other shit, none of that shit would fly on the streets. On the streets, niggas would be dead. Motherfuckers would be having their heads blown off, all type of shit, because they went up there and they owe somebody some money. Nigga, where my money at? All right? That's how it goes on in the streets. Okay? When it comes to getting your money, right? When it comes to disrespect, when it comes to somebody fucking your bitch, niggas are in your ass. Okay? You get shot in the black community, other black people are like, nigga, what did you do? Nigga, what did you do? Well, why was he trying to shoot at you? Why was he trying to take your life? Nigga, you must have did something to piss him off, right? Right? We understand that. But for some reason, when it comes to the Democrats, it's like they can just throw empty promises indefinitely at the black community, and black people are like, well, better luck next time. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. And again, there is a generational divide, because again, the black people, like my parents, fucking boomers, okay, they went through the whole, 1965, and significant changes were made in society. I mean, you got to think about it. To go from Jim Crow to all the changes that took place after, LBJ signed the Civil Rights Bill, those were significant changes. Significant changes. Okay, you had white people out there with bombing churches and schools with little girls in them and shit like that. Significant changes. Okay? But today, that's radical. Oh, that's so radical. And the civil rights movement was radical as well. What's your point? The older generation, even though I think a lot of it was bullshit, but those significant changes that did happen, they got to reap the benefits, in their lifetime. You know what I mean? My parents are fucking examples of it. But when it comes to my generation, right? When it comes to the millennials and even the zillennials, right as we come into our prime, we end up with, the financial crisis. You know what I mean? After 9/11, we've got 9/11, the financial crisis, fucking, then COVID. You know what I mean? It's like, when the fuck does it stop? It seems like our childhood, you know what I mean? At least I can raise my hand and say our childhood was awesome. You know what I mean? But the adulthood, it's like everything that you planned, all the shit that you wanted to, it just all goes to shit. It just all goes to shit. You know what I mean? That house that you were sitting there like, yeah, man, I'm gonna get that house. That house is $500,000. Man, I'm gonna be in that house. That same house, 1.4 million, something crazy, 700, 800. You know what I mean? I was like, it was just 500 a minute ago. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like that was like the dream. And I'm saying, yeah, 500 is definitely high. Don't get it twisted. It's higher than what the average is right now at 430. But I'm saying when that was the dream, and now the house that is 500, you sitting there looking at that shit like that's 500. Like that, like again, the video clip that I showed with that house in Compton, California, that was $629,000. Are you smoking crack? A 2-bedroom home in California. Now I know California is a little bit extreme, but I'm like, that's what we're talking about. Shit like that, which that is one of the things that affects everybody. Bringing the housing prices down is a, rising tide lifts all boats. It's not sustainable. I don't care what anybody says. The way the housing is, the whole idea you buy a house in 1960 for $7,000, and then by the 1990s it's $300,000, and then by 2024 that same house is 600,000-700,000. Like, get the fuck out of here. You know what I mean? And people are not understanding that, like, this is going to affect your children, your children's children, your children's children, all that shit, to make, future generations permanent renters and shit, and living in like the Megatropolis one in the Judge Dredd universe. Okay? Like this is a dystopian future that we are headed towards, on top of the whole this whole AI, the concepts and ideas of work and what hard work is and how you even measure that now. You know what I mean? I got lawyers, or I know lawyers right now that are literally using Chat GPT to do all of their work. And I'm like, you do realize eventually the law firm's going to realize they don't need you. I'm like, you do realize that when you can sit there and like I was talking to somebody today. I was at the gym and we were just dicking around, and he was talking about he had to get a lawyer to get him out of a gym membership because they didn't want to let him go out of the gym member. You know how the gym memberships are. I asked ChatGPT to fucking write up get out of a gym membership. The man that shit wrote that shit out. I was like, write it like you're a lawyer and you're representing a client to get out of. Came right up. You can fill that shit out, send it to the fucking gym, and scare the bejesus out of the damn people that own it. Oh, well, sir, we'll get you out of the contract right away. They don't want to deal with that shit. So again, the world is changing. But to get back on topic about Kamala Harris, I mean, like the gaslighting, the black people are sick and tired. We sat around and we watched the whole focus. I don't know how all these people cut the line. We watched all the focus on LGBTQ, Latinos coming across the border from Latin and South America, Afghanis, coming into the country, Syrian refugees, right? And the Asian community. I mean, everybody has been put before African Americans, and African Americans, the foundation of this country were built off of the blood and the suffering of African Americans. And African Americans are the most loyal group to the Democratic Party, but yet we come dead last. Nah, bottom line, the Democrat Party is like a bitch that you have to break up with. Like when somebody cheats on you, you have to leave them. Because if you don't leave them, then they continue to think that they can just keep cheating on you. You have to leave the person that's cheating on you. Because if you take them back, they're going to just keep on doing it because, hey, you're going to take me back. You ain't going to leave. Where you going to go? You ain't going to leave. Your self-esteem is too low. Right? That's what they're going to keep doing. So I do not understand what black people I don't understand what black people don't understand about this. But then again, you got these black people that are simple-minded and they like to focus on the damn celebrities and shit. So we end up being, in this situation. I mean, you got to look at it for what it is. All this stuff, the summit, everything, they were paid to do that. All that, the lights, the cameras, setting all that stuff up, they were paid to do that. And it's like, oh, you going to pay for that. But when it comes to, the stuff that the actual black community needs. Like they're only here until they get their vote, and then once they get the vote, they're out there. They're just buying time until the next election. Every election, they've been telling us, oh, democracy is on. That's not our fucking problem. That's not our problem. Let the white people deal with that. It's a majority white nation any goddamn way. If they want to have democracy fold, us being 13% of the population, fuck are we going to do about that? Don't put that shit on our shoulders. If white people in America want to implode this motherfucker, that's on them. And when it comes to us, I suggest we start looking at living in countries abroad, or I suggest you stock up on your rifles and ammunition when for shit to get stupid and it's about to look like The Road out in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? If you never seen the movie The Road, you know what I mean, or seen the movie The Purge. Black people keep thinking that they're like the moral compass of this country, and in many regards, we are. But to sit there and think that that's some sort of special position while you get neglected, man, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Y'all sitting around acting like like you're this. What did Tariq Nasheed say? Like this sort of moral currency. I don't know if that's the term that he used, but this sort of like moral currency. This is why the Jewish people were trying to get us to co-sign Israel, and we was like, nah, man. Again, personally, I'm like, you're occupying them. So, and then again, we already know about the history, King David Hotel, Goldsmiths Club, the Sergeant's Affair. Look all this shit up. It's right there. It's all over the internet. Freaking, Haifa, 1947, Jaffa, 1947. Come on, man. We know, and, like you should have taken half of Germany, plain and simple. But, they tried to get us to co-sign the shit because, African Americans, we had slavery and we know what justice and injustice is and isn't, right? And so they try to get us to co-sign the shit. But I'm like, no. You gonna just fucking bomb them into oblivion all the way to Rafah? I'm like, no. You're occupying them. They did what they did. It was, not very well thought out. It's kind of like the white people that stormed, the Capitol on January 6th. Like, what the fuck were you gonna do? Like, you're sitting there and, taking pictures of yourself, incriminating yourself in Nancy Pelosi's office and standing up on the podium, hitting the gavel and shit. Like what the fuck are you doing? What was supposed to happen after that? See, this is when people get caught up in, the idea of a revolution, but they don't think beyond that. They don't think about okay, let's just say you're side one. Okay, what happens after that? Like, what is the day-to-day mundane operations after you have the revolution? Revolutions, oh yeah, they're exciting and they're cool and, everything looks like a bright future, but eventually you will get old and eventually you will not be old enough to fight. And eventually you will have to, go the fuck on with your life and get married and have kids and raise those kids and everything. It's not going to be the revolution forever, every day. So I'm just pointing out, clearly they didn't have a plan on January 6th. So, damn, what was I going to say? It was something that just slipped my mind. Oh, yeah. And Hamas did not have a plan on October 7th. Okay. And your plan is what? What is your plan after this? Because you're not going to win against Israel in open war. Especially not with the backing of the United States. I'm like, this shit wasn't planned out. And then Israel's response is not fucking planned out because I'm like, you literally just created a terrorist for the next 100 years. Like, literally, you just created, like, in my opinion, they're going to hunt them down. And I don't want to be anywhere near them. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like you'll be looking at them like, hey man, can me and my family go? You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got nothing to do with this, but I understand. I understand. You know what I mean? Like, but we ain't got nothing to do with that. It's like again, Iran and freaking 1979. You know what I mean? With the exception of one loud-mouthed black male. You know what I mean? They were like, hey, they were like, Marquise, Latrell, DeMarcus, you can go home. All y'all white people, sit y'all motherfucking asses down, right? Because they knew black people in America were getting fucked up. Like, what do we got to do? Why am I sitting here blindfolded, sitting Indian style on the floor? What the fuck did I do to y'all? And the Arabs, the Persians, the freaking Iranians, they recognize that shit, and they sent the black people home. They was like, yeah, y'all can leave. Go ahead, bye. You know, but I'm just saying, when it comes to all this shit, and that's a whole nother thing, the fucking, I don't support that shit. I don't support what Joe Biden and I don't think, if Trump gets in there, it'll be a continuation because the military industrial complex runs this country alongside with, the APEC lobby. That's who really runs shit. Like all shit has been revealed at this point. These people do not serve, our interest. So when they come through and y'all are, going through this, as, freaking Shahid Boslin points out, right? It's like, is that how you say his name? I think it's Boslin. But anyway, as he points out, it's like the ritual of elections. Totally agree with him. But the aspects of where black people, I don't totally throw the vote out. I do believe it means something. Even when it comes to voting at the local level, I do still think that black people need to vote at the local level. Okay? Voting for the couch does not mean not voting at all. If you want to get into the specifics of it, voting for the couch means when it comes to the presidential election, honestly, I don't think it matters. And if you ask me, right, as much as I don't like what the Republicans are doing and the racism that lingers amongst their population and whatnot, I do feel that the Democrats need to lose. They need to feel the loss. They need to feel the same loss that black people have been feeling, over the last, several decades. Okay, because we're gonna, pander to everybody else, and we're gonna ignore you and hold you at arm's length while you're the quote unquote backbone of the part. Man, fuck y'all. Fuck that shit. And it seems like a lot of black people don't have a backbone. They don't have a spine. And again, if you're not going to stand up for yourself, then nobody else is going to stand up for you. Nobody else should take you seriously. They don't have to take you seriously because you don't take yourself seriously. And so, we still got the bullshit with the women and the gender war and, all this bull. I don't even talk to my mother about the shit because she's loopy with it. It's just, she don't even listen to what the fuck she's saying. And I'm like, I don't care. She's going to be all type of high blood pressure and everything else, if Donald Trump wins the election. I already know it. She's I just don't understand how is this possible? She's going to be saying all that shit. You know what I mean? And I'm like, there's no reason for me to talk to you because you don't listen to what I've been saying about what has been going on and transpiring, not only between the genders, but in terms of, the black grassroots and all that stuff. You're not listening. They're totally disconnected. The boomers, I hope that I'm not like the boomers when I get old and gray. I hope that, that I'm open-minded enough to listen to young people of what's actually going on the ground and what they're actually experiencing in real time, as opposed to just this obliviousness thinking that, all you got to do to get a job is just put on your bow tie and print out your resume and walk into an office and give Mr. Johnson a firm handshake. Okay? And not understanding, that, what the real cost of down payments are today, what it costs to actually qualify for a home, which is beyond the median income, for both genders. And then everything else going on with the okay, you all were the generation of second wave feminism, and now your kids and your grandkids aren't getting married, so like, is this working? And then again, men are still getting hit with all the same fucking responsibilities as though it's 1955. The women have the exact same expectations. So their roles, their gender dynamics it's fluid. Okay, they can be if they can't be a stay-at-home mom, you're dusty. If you try to force them to be a stay-at-home mom, you're a tyrant. You know what I mean? Like you can't fucking win. And then and when it comes to, honestly, the issue is not, I mean, Kamala Harris has, obviously her issues and everything. The not answering questions and not having policy, right? All that shit is a problem. But, when it comes to specifically her being a woman, nah, you know what the real problem is? All these delusional bitches out here that think that Kamala Harris being president is the symbolism of it. It means, yes, triple, quadruple down on the fucking matriarchy that hasn't been working, especially in the black community. I mean, you think women are retarded now. They're going to be 5 times more retarded when Kamala Harris is. They're going to be, we're unstoppable. What are you talking about? We don't do nothing but build. You know what I mean? Freaking 98% of construction workers are, we don't do nothing but build, nigga. Like, that's what these women are going to be on. It's just going to be a fucking headache listening to these bitches. You know what I mean? And again, they're all into the symbolism. I get it, because as men, we kind of felt the same way about biracial Obama. I get it. And that's another whole issue where you got so the only people who qualify to become president of the United States that one's not even black, but because they're beige enough or racially ambiguous enough, are a bunch of tethers. That's literally the bunch of high yellow fucking tethers. And they get to represent black people. Hold on, get to represent black people and don't even fuck with black people like that. That's the crazy part. And black people out here just, oh yeah, see, this is why we needed to reorganize the race. This is why the race needs to be reorganized. Y'all wanted to fight me and push back. You know what I mean? Because we got colorist dudes out here that want to fuck themselves a light-skinned bitch. You know what I mean? But this is what happens when you don't reorganize the race. This is what happens. Okay, I seen this shit in the Caribbean. You see this shit in the islands. Whole island of dark-skinned people. Guess who's the motherfucking politicians and the presidents in the fucking islands, right? Even though like Barbados got a black woman, obviously dark-skinned black woman. But I'm saying when you go to the islands and you're like looking around, you got all these Indians and Asians that run all the businesses and shit, and then you got these freaking mixed race politicians and whatnot. Somebody got a white a grandfather or something like that, and they're the ones that are the politicians. Like, all the black people look up to them. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You know what I mean? And man, don't even get me started on how much they love them some white Jesus. I mean, they love white Jesus. The self-hate is real in the Caribbean. It is real. Cake, soap, all that shit. It is real. Hair issues abound. It is real. Okay? So like black people got a ton of shit to fucking work through. But, this just indefinitely voting for, again, I got to give Stephen A. Smith credit. He was the first one to bring this shit up. He was like, just give me one election to demonstrate that we ain't some goddamn hoes. Just one election. You know what I mean? Because all that's going to happen, you're going to have, black men's votes going to be like 70%. Black women's votes going to be like 88%, some shit like that, below 90. You know what I mean? And they're going to try to spin that shit like a motherfucker. They're going to go up there and they're going to say it was everything but black people's dissatisfaction with the lack of policies that is specific to African Americans. They're going to say that it's everything but, oh, it's misogyny. Oh, it's sexist. No, it's your lack of fucking policies. That's what the fuck it is. Oh, no, you just want, it's because she's a woman. It's your lack of policies that are specific to African Americans. You know what I mean? Like, again, they want to control both ends of the conversation. You got to recognize that. They want to tell you what your problem is, and then they want to present you with not only your response, but what they think the solution is, which isn't a solution. I mean, we are getting treated like some hoes, and they're just a street dude whispering a bunch of sweet nothings in our ear. Literally coming over and telling us, you know, how they gonna what do you want to call it? You know, how they trying to, basically, get some cheeks for free. Get some cheeks. What have you done for me lately? And they just over here trying to get the cheeks for free. And right now, we already half naked on the bed. And I'm like, we gonna do this again? We're gonna do this again. We already went through it emotionally, saying that they neglected us and they didn't call us back and they ghosted us for 2 weeks and yada, yada, yada. But yet we on the bed, with the panties on, but covering our breast. Talking about, I don't know if we should do this. The last time, and he's over there, the Democrat Party's over there, oh, baby girl, I love you. You know what I'm saying? I was just going through some things, baby girl. You know what I mean? Like, that's literally what the Democrat Party's doing right now. And black people are like, okay, did you bring a condom? You know what I mean? I can't even do the girl voice shit because my voice is all fucked up. You know what I mean? But they over there, they are getting ready to fuck us. And we are like, yes, please, daddy, give me some more. Like, it's disgusting. It's just disgusting. Anyway, I'm done with this rant. I'm going to post this. That video just I don't even want to watch the whole thing. You know what I mean? I just don't want to watch the whole thing. Because I should, but it's just, I don't want to sit there and listen to a bunch of Negroes. And this goes in, I mean, black women could roast us for this, even though they're more in support of Kamala and the Democrats than we are. But I'm saying, like, where is the black male leadership? Where is it? It's just online. We don't have any. Well, then again, maybe I shouldn't say that because, again, they're intentionally not asking the right people. They're not over there talking to Ice Cube. They're not over there talking to Dr. Claude Anderson. Okay? Because they're not over there even talking to Umar Johnson because they know what they're going to hear and they don't want to open up that can of worms because it's going to be real direct and real specific. What are you doing specifically for the African American community? And in particular, since you're so concerned about black men voting, what are you doing for young black men? Period. What are you doing? We're the pariahs. Oh, there's so much crime. Oh, he didn't do nothing. Oh, he's 1350, like the white supremacists say. Okay, what are you doing specifically for African Americans? Oh, you ain't got nothing? Bitch, bye. Bye. I guess I'll be on the couch then. Sick of this shit. It's real simple. Votes are in exchange for something. Stop with the fear mongering. You know what I mean? It does not work. Oh my God, if Donald Trump takes over, oh, it's going to be the end of the world. Oh my God. Donald Trump was already president. And? We got to save democracy. Stop it. And black people, I don't know, man. Y'all, black people, a lot of y'all some scaredy cats, man. Y'all some scaredy cats, man. Just. And again, like they've been orchestrating all this, this shit, reinforcing the already existing gender war in the black community. That crap that, Michelle Obama went up there talking about, and you're going to basically like black women are going to make black men pay, if Kamala doesn't, bitch, shit, go sit the fuck down somewhere. Fucking, fucking threaten me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So I should hit him with the fucking, the Elliot Rogers, you dare challenge me? You know? But, like, nah. See, again, all that fear mongering, all the threats and everything. See, that's somebody that does not respect you. And we just gonna go out here and just be some hoes and be not respected and be manipulated through word salads in order to get us to get off the. I don't really have to talk to the young men because young men already know what time it is. It's really the Gen Xers. Because yes, freaking DL Hughley is in the Gen X category. This is what we're talking about when we talk about the Gen Xers. Okay, when we talk about Dr. Boyce Watkins and we talk about some of these other people that just like y'all supposed to be. You're the generation above us. You supposed to you got at least a freaking 2 decades on us in terms of wisdom and y'all ain't putting us on nothing, man. We just sitting there looking at you. But then again, Ice Cube is also a Gen Xer. So, I guess there's those that aren't on that shit. It just feel like all the talking heads, it's because anytime they get a young black man, notice they either get old niggas or gay niggas. Like they don't get masculine young black men. They're not asking us. They're like, ooh, he's saucy. Let's put the mic in front of his mouth. Like Antoine Dotson. Is that what his name? Hide your kids, hide your wife. You know what I mean? Yeah, they go and they put the mic in that dude's face because they already know they don't have to talk about patriarchy and therefore they don't have to talk about men being gainfully employed. You know what I mean? As long as you're pushing feminism, there's no reason, there's no justification, to talk about money in the hands of men to support, family and community. So you start talking about patriarchy, you start talking about men, now you start talking about full medical and dental and pensions and unions and shit like that. See, they don't, no. The overlords that pay these politicians and support their campaigns, they don't want black men talking about that. And what's so crazy is the shit that the women need, right? That the feminists want is built into what the men need. You know what I mean? There's no women can't join our union. There's been women in unions. Women need unions just like men need unions when it comes to, women being in the workforce. You know what I mean? But y'all up there, y'all falling for symbolism. I want to see a woman in leadership. I want to see a woman in the leadership position. And don't get it twisted. The whole idea of DEI and having the workforce be more reflective, of, the demographic of the workforce, it's not just about the symbolism of putting somebody up there. It should also incorporate, all those aspects of, gainful employment, protections for workers, all that shit. Okay, it's not just this, oh, we're gonna go and throw up some symbolism, but we're not gonna actually throw up the tent. You gotta recognize when symbolism is just that. It's just symbolism. Making a woman or making a black person a CEO, okay, that doesn't help the masses of black people. You know what I mean? Or even help the masses of women. Yes. Oh, yes. The representation, it's great. It's wonderful. But you got to understand that they would rather do that than to actually have to pay the fucking masses. You got to understand that. They would rather do that than pay the masses. And that's where many of you all missed the boat on that shit. So anyway, I'm done with my rant. I have more rants coming because every day, the closer we get to this election, I like what Six to God has said. Like, the end of this election can't come fast enough. And again, I hope many of you all have already prepared and got your power tools, because really doesn't matter who wins this election. But if Donald Trump doesn't win this election, you already know white people going to be on that bullshit. Okay? And they can get in their feelings, all they want. Okay? Because as I always do, I encourage black people, to be be vigilant with the glizzy. Okay? But I don't really have to say too much about that, because, again, during COVID, black people, we're just so weird. We don't support the Second Amendment as a collective group of people, but niggas gonna have what they need. They don't give a fuck about what the law is. They gonna have what the fuck they need. So, you know, I wish we were more supportive of it. I wish we were more organized of it. I wish we had more political sway when it comes to, like, you ain't gonna have us out here with nothing but our ass. Fuck what the Democrats are on. I wish we would, even demonstrate our ability to sway political discord, even just on the Second Amendment, because that's small. That's basic. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's even white people who would co-sign us, with that. I don't like blacks having guns, but however, I do support you all having the defending the right of the Constitution. They get on that shit. It's just like the how uncomfortable they were with Grandmaster Jay. I don't support his overall message, but I support his ability to exercise his Second Amendment rights. Yeah, because they know that they can't be like, no guns for niggas, and then sit there and turn around and say guns for white people. They know that optically that looks horrendous. So they were just like, I think it's like College Humor. College Humor has the funniest clip of, like, it's like two white guys and a black. He's like a black militant. When it comes to the Second Amendment, that clip is the ultimate all time. Like, how uncomfortable the white guys were feeling. I mean, it's a skit. It's just hilarious. That skit is so funny. I mean, to this day, that skit is funny. But I'm just saying, like I said, see, white people, the one thing I can say about them, you know what I mean? White people will not fuck with you, right? They don't even like you, but they will co-sign you. They will grit and bear it. You know what I mean? And they will swallow their pride as long as you espouse their talking points, their beliefs, and they can, utilize you to get to the promised land that they're trying to get to. You know what I mean? To get their agenda through. You know what I mean? They will be the most racist white person. Can't stand black people. But if a black person goes up there and supports the Second Amendment, you know what I mean? They will be up there. They will put money. They will put ducats in your bucket. I mean, you can't argue against it. I mean, they support that shit because they care about results. Black people care about, freaking symbolism and shit. No, Donald Trump, you have to tell us that you love us before we vote for you. Like, that's black people. No, you must tell us that you love us before we vote for you. That black people. White people, I don't like black people, but as long as that nigga's up there supporting the Second Amendment, I support him. That's white people, not us. We get all emotional. You know what I mean? I need you to say Juneteenth. Say it 3 times and click your heels. I need you to say Soul Glow. And I need you to clap your hands 3 times and tell black people you love them. What does that have to do with the fucking tea in China? You know what I mean? No, I have to feel his love in order to vote for him. I'm like, oh my God. Because I can't vote for a racist. I don't give a fuck if he's racist. If I don't care if the president of the United States got on a podium and was wearing the fucking Grand Wizard, Grand Dragon fucking uniform and was and simultaneously was signing the fucking reparations for African Americans. You know, I would not care what he's wearing up there. I don't care if he's got a "I don't like black people" T-shirt as he's signing the freaking reparations bill. I care about the results. I don't care about the optics and the symbolism. Black people have to get off this symbolic bullshit. You know, like black people just running around. And you don't even say it in like a masculine way. You all don't run out there, kneel before Zod. Right? You don't even do it like that. You know what I mean? Like, you must bendeth thy knee before we know. Y'all be over there like, please, please, pretty please, please tell us that you like hip hop music so I can vote for you. It's just so cringe. But anyway, I'm done. I'm done with my rant. 45 minutes. I'm good. That's my video, SWPal. Don't forget to comment, share, like, and subscribe.